Everybody knows the bad effect of sugar, diabetes, weight gain. We heard this for like 1,000 times. But most people don't know what will actually happen to your brain and your body if you stop eating added sugar for 2 weeks or 14 days. Day 3 is the most hardest because this is when most people fail. Because that's when our brain enters into dopamine withdrawal that feels like addiction. And that's why if you pass day 3, remarkable things happen to your brain and to your body. Hi, my name is Mahamudul and I am a biomedical scientist. And in this video, I'm going to tell you 5 positive things that happens to your body when you quit sugar for only 2 weeks. So let's see what happens to our dopamine and our cravings. When we stop eating sugar for 2 weeks, we stopped craving for sugar. Isn't it obvious that we stop eating something and then we crave for something? But there is a neuroscience behind it. When we eat sugar, our glucose spikes and also our insulin spikes. Rapid insulin level also causes sudden drop of sugar, which is called sugar dip. When that sugar crash happens, our brain sends an urgent signal that we need more sugar. And this creates a loop. Eat sugar, insulin spike, blood sugar drop, again craving for more sugar. So it is a loop that goes on. And unfortunately, this loop doesn't stop until you physically stopped eating added sugar. Sugar activates the same dopamine pathway like an addictive substance. So when you eat sugar or added sugar, it gives you a dopamine hit and you need more sugar to crave. The sugar activates the same dopamine pathway in our brain that is also activated by other addictive substances. Every time we eat sugar, we get a dopamine hit. That means a reward signal. Over time, our brain builds tolerance. That means to get the same dopamine level, we need more sugar to consume. And we need more sugar to get the same dopamine hit. So even if you stop eating added sugar just for 1 or 2 weeks, our dopamine receptors start to upregulate. And those receptors become more sensitive. So normal food like fruit, vegetable, protein start to feel more satisfied again. And you don't need intense sweetener to make you feel satisfied. So just quitting sugar for 1 or 2 weeks significantly decrease your craving for added sugar. Now, let's see what happens to your hunger. When you stop eating added sugar for just 1 or 2 weeks, you will feel less hungry. And that's very interesting because we have 2 hormones called leptin and ghrelin. Leptin is the hormone that tells you that you are done, you are full, you don't have to eat. And ghrelin is the hunger hormone which tells you that you have to eat more. When we eat added sugar, pastry, refined carbohydrate, what happens here is our blood sugar level is always high. Our insulin is high and that causes the leptin to dysregulate. So even if you eat a lot, your leptin is not working. That means it's not telling you to stop eating. And dysregulated leptin is causing the hunger hormone ghrelin to act more. So that means you are eating more even if you are full. But the good news is this process is very much reversible. If we just quit sugar for 1 or 2 weeks, our insulin sensitivity improves significantly. Leptin functions returns to normal and our body starts to recognize when we are full and when we are not. And that's why people who stop eating sugar for 1 or 2 weeks will say that they are eating less but still they are satisfied. It's just because our body starts to learn how much food we need to satisfy our hunger. So let's see what happened to our body weight. Surprisingly, when we stop eating sugar for 2 weeks, we will lose 4 to 8 pounds of weight. But I have to be very honest about it. This is not absolutely fat loss. This is mostly water loss. So let me explain it. Our body stores sugar in the form of glycogen. So every gram of glycogen holds 3 to 4 grams of water. So when you stop eating added sugar, our body starts breaking down the glycogen for energy. So when the glycogen depletes, the water attached to glycogen also leaves our body. That's why we see 4 to 8 pounds of weight loss. Our puffiness of the face get decreased, stomach got flatter, and we feel lighter. But you might be thinking like, what will happen to our belly fat or fat overall? And this is a very interesting thing that will happen, that after 1 week, our body will switch using glucose or carbohydrate to fat for our energy source. Research shows that people who stop eating added sugar significantly lose body fat and especially fat in the midsection, which we call belly fat. So if you want to lose your belly fat very fast, quitting sugar for 2 weeks could be a very good start for your body. So let's see what will happen to your skin if you quit sugar for 1 or 2 weeks. You don't have to go for 2 weeks. Even after 1 week, you will see significant change in your skin. As I mentioned before, you will see less puffiness in your face. You will have less acne and less oily skin. And there is a science behind it. When we eat added sugar a lot, our insulin level is always high. Our glucose level is high. This insulin overstimulates our sebaceous gland, the gland in our skin that produces oil. So more sugar, more insulin, more oily skin, that means more acne. But another terrible thing happens. When the insulin level is high, it increases androgen in women and decreases testosterone in men. An imbalance of these two hormones are terrible for skin. So when we quit added sugar for just 1 or 2 weeks, it not only stabilizes the insulin level in our blood, it also regulates androgen and testosterone level in men and women. And you will see a direct impact within a week. Just eliminating sugar will help glow your skin. And finally, let's see what happens to our focus and clarity when you stop eating sugar for 2 weeks. There are so many research that shows that people who reduce added sugar from their food show increased focus, attention, and working memory performance. This is what happens that when we stop eating added sugar, or especially like carbohydrate food, our body starts to produce something called ketones, which is a premium fuel for our brain. These ketones produce steady, clean energy, unlike the blood roller coaster that sugar creates. So, eliminating sugar will help you to get sharper thinking, longer attention span, ability to focus deep for a long time, and steady and calm mind. So let me give you some practical advice. If you have a strong sugar addiction, you have to start slow. So it will be like if you are using 2 tablespoons of sugar in coffee or tea, just make it half. Just 1 spoon should be fine. If you are very addicted to eat dessert after lunch or dinner, replace it with fruits. Option number 2, eliminate the added sugar completely, but keep natural sugar from fruit. Our body processes sugar a little differently if it is coming from fruit, because fruit has fiber, and that's why you will not see a high spike of insulin or glucose after eating sugar compared to like a bakery or cake or biscuit, something like that. So I would recommend to go with option number 2, to keep sugar from your fruit but completely eliminate added sugar so that you don't have to go extreme, and this method is also sustainable for a long period of time. So here is the challenge for you. If you're brave enough, cut all the added sugar from your meals. Just keep the fruits and vegetables so that you don't have to go to extreme. By the way, if you're interested to know about science-based healthy habit and productivity hacks, please subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Thank you.